Now what we will do is, once we get it, now we need to display this. So for that reason, so I'll create one more tsx file calling to do display or to do viewer, I'll call it. Okay, this is a tsx file. Within this, copy this page tsx here. Let me remove this. I'll call it as to do viewer. Okay, now within this, first thing, to display the data, I need to first get the data from the Redux. Okay, so for that I'm using use app dispatch of state. We'll get the state when we push it to the Redux from here. When we dispatch, it is pushed it to Redux, and now it will be available here if we get hold of the state. Okay, here state dot todos dot to do state. Okay, use dispatch. Okay, now this is not going to be the dispatch, this will be of selector. Okay, the dispatch will be where we are pushing it to the store. So now we have the data. Now it's time to display. So to save some time, now I'm copy pasting this code, which is simply getting this list of to-dos and iterating it and printing it. Okay, so there is nothing. It is straightforward piece of any React application where if we want to iterate and display the data. So this is how we will do. To-do store will have a list of records that are pushed to the store from here. Okay, and now I'm able to iterate here. Okay, now let me just check. Okay, this is one place. Okay, right now we have this create to do. Let me just add the to do viewer as well here to display. So now you can see, so we have this to do creator and we are displaying the list of to dos here. Okay, now let's test this. Okay, I'm creating a walking to do. Walking is good for health and walk daily minimum of 5 miles. Okay, and I'm saying Shiva. Okay, I'm creating it. Now if you see, okay, I created this to do and clicked update. Right away this to do list is updated with whatever I created. Okay, so the way it is working, let me just reduce this to okay, now if you see, without even reloading, right now when I click update, okay, let me just change this update to create instead. Okay, so what I'm doing, I have a form, and when I click submit create, so it will go to on submit and it will hit handle form submit. Within the form submit, I'm setting the creator timestamp and I'm dispatching this to do record calling set to do state, okay, method. When we go inside, okay, this is coming from to do slice, okay. Within this to do slice, so when we, if you say set to do state, when we call this method, just let me just keep it side by side. Okay, I'm calling set to do state and passing the to do. So I'm calling this particular method. Okay, when I call this one, I'll get the state. Once I get the state, oh, okay, I'll get the payload, because whatever I post, it will be part of the payload. Okay, the action dot payload, it will get this particular to do that I created, and I'm pushing it to do state. So this will be, since this is array, I'm pushing into it. Okay, the initial one will be empty, and now when I create it, I'm setting it to the store, so it is pushed to the to do state. Okay, this is the first step. Now when I go to do viewer, what I am doing, I am going to use app selector, okay, to get the state. Once I get the state, I'm getting all the to dos of to do state. So this will be list. How this is coming, let's check here. Within this, the app selector, from here we are dispatching it. The use app dispatch we use to dispatch, that means to send the data to store. Use app selector to get the data from store. Okay, that's how it will work. Okay, so right now we are using this use app selector. Okay, so this particular app selector is called part of the root state. Okay, within this root state, what we have a state of to dos. So it has a to dos reducer. Okay, that's how it will work. And now when we, let's go back. Okay, so since we already have this use app selector and it has a state, okay, that is pushed from to do create, and now we have this list here, and I'm displaying this content here. I'm simply iterating and printing it. Okay, now this is how it is working. So now I'll create one more. Okay, so I'll say read books to gain knowledge. Okay, I'll add this. Now if you see, there is one more created. So the way I'm creating it here and pushing it to Redux store, and in this particular page I'm reading it from the store and displaying it here. Okay, this is how it will work, the Redux with Next.js. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'll share this Bitbucket code, as well as I'll share my blog URL as well. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you. See you in the next video.